No matter how the cachet of the WNBA elevates, remember, it could have been even better. You messed it up. You messed it up.
The WNBA could be facing a major shakeup if Caitlin Clark heads to Europe. Her departure would change the league in a big way. Right now, the WNBA seems to be scrambling, and maybe it's because they didn't give her the respect she deserved from the start. If she really leaves, the impact will be huge. Let's face it, a lot of people tune in just to see her.
She will do her best. I know she's talented, but she's not strong enough, and she doesn't have enough experience right now to compete.
You are not in charge of the WNBA, so maybe stop pretending you are. Caitlin Clark dealt with a lot this season, but she still broke records and proved herself as a dominant force. She didn't just show up, she took over. And now, after everything that's unfolded, the WNBA is left trying to recover from the fallout.
Nonsense about things that Caitlin was doing wrong when, in my personal opinion, she was doing nothing but going out there and playing great basketball every night and ignoring the hate that was coming to her from all sides, not only from fans.
No choice but to consider the advice from analysts. She needs a fresh start in a league that truly values its top talent. The constant negativity and targeting she's faced just isn't right. She deserves to play somewhere she's respected, protected, and
look at what the NBA became. Even when Jordan was ascending and the league clearly saw that that was the dude, and Nike was marketing the living hell out of Michael Jordan. I want to be like Mike. It was still Bird and Magic.
Appreciated for what she brings to the game. At this point, moving on might be the only way forward. Next voice. According to reports, Caitlin Clark has received a major offer to play in Europe, and it seems like she's seriously thinking about taking it. But this isn't just about money. Despite her massive impact on the game and the admiration she's earned, Caitlin has faced real challenges in the WNBA. She's dealt with a lack of support and a league that hasn't done enough to protect its star players. After enduring constant frustration, harsh treatment on the court, repeated targeting by opponents, and little action from the league, it's no surprise she may be ready to walk away. If she does leave, it would be one of the most surprising moves in recent sports history and a serious wake-up call for the WNBA. Clark hasn't always been treated with the respect she deserves, and her departure could shake the league to its core. Next voice. Some believe the WNBA has turned a blind eye.
Basketball argument.
Stephen A.
Making a basketball argument.
We're not saying
No, Andrea, I'm not going to let you do that.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to let you make it seem like Caitlin Clark was averaging 5 points a game. At the time, she was still averaging 16 points a game, which was more than a lot of other guards that made the team. So don't do that. Don't make it seem like she was averaging 5 points and this was like a handout.
No, it wasn't a handout.
Look at her numbers. Comparable to the other guards that were on the team. That's all I'm saying.
Blind eye to the way Caitlin Clark is treated because her presence drives ratings. A little controversy keeps people talking and watching. But for Caitlin, the lack of protection has gone too far. Fans have been vocal across social media, demanding fairness, respect, and real support for their favorite player. Still, little has changed. At this point, it's hard to blame Clark for feeling abandoned, as if the league just doesn't care enough to step up and do the right thing. Next voice. No, Caitlin Clark is fine.
Watching women's basketball right now, It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that, because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Finally responding to what her supporters have been saying all along. After seasons of unfair treatment and constant harassment, she's had enough. Tired of being overlooked, she's choosing to take control of her career by stepping away from the WNBA. So, what does this mean? Caitlin is looking for a fresh start somewhere her talent, passion, and influence are truly appreciated. Whether you were a casual viewer or a loyal fan, chances are you tuned in when she played. She brought energy, attention, and real momentum to the league. Now the WNBA has a serious problem on its hands. Let's not sugarcoat it, losing Caitlin Clark is a major loss. It won't just hurt viewership, it will hit the league financially. The truth is, the WNBA misjudged her impact.
The fact that she was getting all of that, yet all of these eyeballs were coming to the league because of her. They were turning, the Indiana Fever was turning away games into home games.
And now they're feeling the consequences. Next voice. The WNBA faces a huge challenge. How to fill the void Caitlin Clark would leave behind. Yes, there are other rising stars like TJ Carrington and Angel Reese, and they're incredibly talented. But let's be honest, they don't bring the same star power that Caitlin did every time she stepped on the court. This isn't to take anything away from those players, it's about recognizing that Caitlin Clark was different. She wasn't just a standout athlete, she was a movement. People didn't just watch the WNBA, they watched her. Her long-range shots, clutch moments, and fierce drive made her must-see TV. Only now is the WNBA truly feeling the Caitlin Clark effect. We're talking millions in ticket sales, merchandise, sponsorships, and broadcast deals possibly walking out the door with her. The worst part? It didn't have to be this way. As the league's biggest star, Caitlin deserved support, protection.
Last day viewership, which is up 400% to 40%. Between ticket sales, which is up 93% to 16%. Between regular game viewership, which is up 180% to 20%. What Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years. And as it pertains to draft viewership, she did in 5 days.
And respect. The WNBA had every chance to back her, and they did in single quotes. Next voice at EuroLeague isn't just offering Caitlin Clark a contract, they're offering her the spotlight she deserves. Imagine sold-out arenas, the lights dimming, and thousands of fans on their feet as she launches a deep three. But this time, it's not just about the game, it's about her. The EuroLeague knows her value. They're ready to make Caitlin the face of their
Be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. I mean, Ice Cube was about to give her $5 million to play in less than 10 games in the
brand because they see her for what she truly is, a global superstar. And unlike others, they're ready to treat her like one. Next voice Europe is ready to give Caitlin Clark the spotlight she deserves as she begins a bold new chapter in her career. But she's not alone. This isn't just about Caitlin finding a bigger stage, it's about turning her into one of the biggest basketball stars in the world. With packed arenas and fans cheering her every move, other WNBA players are following the same path in search of better opportunities. Reports say Caitlin is heading to Europe, while players like Melissa Smith and Kelsey Mitchell are set to play in China during the offseason. The reality is, the WNBA simply can't compete with what international leagues are offering: better pay, better
How's it feel? Do you care?
treatment, and a more balanced playing schedule. More and more players are waking up to that and choosing to take their talents overseas. Next voice players like Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Melissa Smith are starting to see the clear advantages of playing overseas: fewer games, more rest, and significantly higher pay. When you look at the schedules, compensation, and overall treatment, choosing to play internationally is becoming a no-brainer. Amid this shift, analyst Jason Whitlock has floated a different idea: creating a top-tier league in the U.S. during the WNBA offseason, where the best players go head-to-head. A league like that would give stars like Kelsey and Melissa a chance to earn strong incomes without leaving the country, all while keeping the spotlight on women's basketball year-round. It could also create better opportunities for the next generation of talent. Right now, many rising stars aren't paid what they deserve and have to rely on sponsorships just to get by. An elite domestic league could change that. As for Caitlin Clark, her possible departure should be a major wake-up call for the WNBA. If the league doesn't act fast to improve pay and player support, it risks losing not just Clark, but more top talent in the years to come. The reality is, players no longer have to settle for less, and international leagues are ready to give them more. Next voice at WNBA basically let Caitlin Clark walk away without even
all of this comes together, and you need a star, and she is
trying to keep her, and that's the most shocking part. There was no big contract, no bold move to show how much she meant to the league. Caitlin had the potential to be one of the biggest stars in American sports, a once-in-a-generation talent. But the WNBA just let her slip through their fingers. This is a massive missed chance for a league that's been working hard to grow. its audience and compete on a bigger stage. Next voice WNBA is going to regret this decision. It could hit
It seems like this entire season, she was the solution for so many things, but so many players, coaches, media people, so many people were also painting her out to be the problem. She could never do enough. She could never speak out enough. Her fans were the issue. Fever fans were
their finances harder than losing any player in recent memory. Caitlin Clark made a huge impact. She boosted the league's profile, brought in new fans, and sparked real excitement. Now, the WNBA has to face a tough reality. They're no longer the top choice for the world's best players. Clark was quickly rising as a star, drawing more attention and energy than the league had seen in years. Meanwhile, other leagues are offering better pay, better care, and lighter schedules. The WNBA says losing Clark has left them in a fragile spot, making those other leagues even more tempting. If they want to recover, they've got a lot of work.
Guys think people would prefer to watch Caitlin Clark shooting three-pointers from the logo and sinking them, or Angel Reese doing two-footed layups? Like, y'all are so desperate to make her so relevant. She's just lucky she's in the same draft class as Caitlin.
Next voice Caitlin Clark's move to Europe is set to shake up the basketball world. It's a fantastic opportunity for her to play where her talent will be truly appreciated, well paid, and where she be treated like the superstar she is both on and off the court. This new chapter will also help her take her game to the next level. But for the WNBA, this is a huge loss. Losing one of their best players will hit the league hard. Expect fewer viewers, less revenue, and a drop in fan excitement. Now the big question, can the WNBA recover from this, or is it just the start of a bigger problem, with better pay and treatment waiting overseas? The league has a tough road ahead if it wants to keep stars like Caitlin